Hello, my name is William Craddock, and I'm here to talk about intercultural negotiation. Intercultural negotiation involves the people of different cultures meeting to discuss similar and conflicting issues. This day and age, companies have to be able to communicate with suppliers and customers if they want to be successful. And regardless of whether it's international customers or just domestic customers, they have to be willing to communicate and negotiate. And when negotiating with people abroad and companies abroad, culture is one of the biggest factors. Knowing how one should act and what is expected from these foreign investors or foreign businesses or suppliers is important to a company's well-being. And first off, you have to prepare. And to prepare for these negotiations and meetings, you have to learn about the cultures that you want to do business in. And it sounds like a no-brainer, but you have to know what's offensive, how companies act. It's very important. So you should consider buying books about the culture or other resource materials. And possibly even hire a consultant or a specialist who's lived there for a long time, and they can educate your group and tell you how to converse with your target market. Okay. And where you meet is just as important as trying to meet. Where you want to meet and how that meeting place is set up is important. Some companies want to have the home field advantage, and they feel out of sorts coming here, so you have to be willing to travel. And for the location itself, even something as simple as the shape of the table is important. Like some countries prefer round tables where everyone sits as an equal, and some companies like to sit opposite from their business, from the people they want to negotiate with. So a rectangular table is more important. And team selection is very important. Ideally, someone from that area would be best. Someone who grew up there or has spent at least a good deal of time so they understand the culture and can pick up on various social cues that would be hard for anyone who's not used to it to figure it out. And some countries value things like age and seniority and experience more, and some countries, while it's not nice to think about, have certain gender issues that they value. And regardless of whether you think that's right or wrong, catering to your audience will help negotiations run smoothly. Some countries highly value knowing who they're doing business with. So being able to build a relationship with these foreign businesses and cultures is important. You have to become friendly with your new upcoming business partners if you want to start and keep doing business with them. One little caveat is that once you have a good relationship with them and all, it might be expected of you to provide help or support with them in the future. And in fact, getting through the front door, you might want to think about trying to find an intermediary, someone who can make contact and connections so two groups can meet. And once all the prep work is done, you get to the opening talks. How these are held can vary widely from different parts of the world and different cultures. Some people are fine with doing a bit of small talk and friendly introductions, icebreakers as we call them, and others are pure business. They want to get straight to the point, brass tacks, down to business. And even agendas, we like to have line items. A few things I've been in have had list one after the other of things we're supposed to be involved in and how the order we're supposed to do this, basic agenda. Other countries don't want to talk about multiple issues at once because various issues coincide with one another. And different countries will sometimes require different styles for negotiation. Some places, emotions play a higher factor. Like discussions and negotiations can get very heated. Sometimes companies or people from certain cultures, they like to debate. They like to argue, get a good piece of the pie, and sometimes they just enjoy the chat. Others can see compromise as a bad thing. They need their way, and trying to argue, even for your point, will just make things worse. And that's bad negotiation anyway. A good plan to counter these win at all costs is to make concessions. Basically things where kind of meet part way, and it'll help them feel like they've getting a more equivalent deal, something more towards what they want. And it's a good idea to have these concessions prepared in advance. And we're getting to the end. Even when you're around the point of an agreement, it can still take time for this agreement to happen. And agreements or business deals, they have to be approved by each tier of a company in some places. And contracts can be very different from country to country. Here in the US, contracts are very strict, to the letter. This means this. There's no two ways to look at it. Other countries and cultures, though, a contract is more of general guidelines and an overview of how things are supposed to be done. It's not law and religion, so to speak. And as a result of this, negotiation can go beyond just the final agreement, and you'll have to be able to continue negotiations. So overall, you have to maintain good standing with your foreign customers or investors or vendors or suppliers, and overall just stay on good terms with them and maintain a friendly nature, because if you can't just compromise, you're not going to get very far in business. That's about it. Thank you.